You're watching Bears basketball with Jared and Lisa on the SVI Sports Network.
Welcome to Rock Springs High School for girls basketball. The boys played a game here yesterday against St. Stephen's. Today is the girls playing against Rock Springs, the home team on their home court here in the final game for the Bear Lake teams in the Flaming Gorge Classic. That is the Bear Lake varsity teams. The boys completed their tournament 2-1 this morning by picking up a win against that team that they played. Who did they play?
Oh, Rollins.
Rollins, yeah. Boys played Rollins this morning and got the win. And the girls play Rock Springs to finish off. Girls are 7-1 now on the season. The boys 2-3 or 2-4, something like that. The boys went 2-1 in the tournament, beat Rollins this morning, St. Stephen's on this court yesterday, lost to Evanston in the round one. The girls beat Evanston on the first day. They beat Mountain View yesterday, very good Mountain View team yesterday, and gave them their first loss on the year. And the girls team looks to finish things up against Rock Springs, looking for their third win of the tournament today. The other teams, the JV, Vars, and C teams have been playing. So we're just Bear Lake fans have been watching the C team play Rock Springs over in the elementary school down the road and are sprinting in, including Lisa. That's why she's not quite with me yet. She watched the end of the C team game over there. And we're about 10 minutes from tip-off. Rock Springs on the year. These girls, this tournament is their first games of the year. And they are 0-2 in the two games they've played thus far in the tournament. They have yet to win on the season. Bear Lake has 7-1 on the year, and Rock Springs 0-2. Bear Lake again without point guard Sadie Shaw, still nursing that foot injury. She will hopefully be back around the first of the year, and hopefully everything will heal up, and she'll be good to go for the final stretch run as the girls have a couple more preseason games, then things get serious as we get into January. But a week from today, not much of a break for the kids. They get Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday off. They'll do a practice, I think, on Thursday, probably just a shoot-around on Friday. Back at it on Saturday next week as the girls and boys both travel up to North Fremont to try to continue on their winning ways. The boys excited to go into the Christmas break with a couple of good wins. Coach Trevor Ward, very proud of his boys. If you didn't listen to that game, it was a tough-fought one against Rollins. The Outlaws fought back. The Bears won it 46-44. And here's a couple stats for you that we talked about earlier in that game, but for those of you that didn't watch it, Bears did not allow any points, zero zilch, nada, no points in the second quarter. Unfortunately, they only scored 7 themselves, so the lead wasn't quite as big as it could have, should have been, but did not allow a single point in the second quarter of that game. And Rollins on the game had two two-point baskets in that game. Nate, you ever seen the likes of it?
No, honestly. That was a really interesting game. There's really no other way to describe it. It was quite an event. Like, I've never seen a team be like, they're just streaky across the board. It was like either the lights were, burning out or they were dead. I mean, there was no in between. I mean, it was crazy to watch. They got hot from 3 at the end of that game too.
They did.
Crazy.
Bears had a 9-point lead with about 3.5, 4 minutes left. Looked like the Bears were going to pull away for an easy victory. And then Rollins, the Outlaws, went crazy from the 3-point line and fought right back in it and made it a game. They cut it to in fact, they took the lead at one point about midway through the fourth quarter, and then the Bear Lake Bears turned it on and jumped out again to a lead of almost 9 points. And then Rollins fought right back and ended up missing a shot at the end. The Bears played it smart, committed the foul when they were up by 3 with 1.8 seconds left. So Rollins made the first foul shot, intentionally missed the second, but could not get the rebound and the shot and the putback. So the Bears end up coming away with the win. And here we go for girls basketball. This is our fourth game in about just over 24 hours ago. We went off the air well, not even 24 hours ago, going off the air for Game 2 yesterday. We've already done one game this morning, so this is our we'll do fourth game, 4 games in about 25, 26 hours. That's a lot of games to call, but it's been fun. It's been a good tournament. And much to Lisa's pleasure, the weather is gorgeous out there.
Yes, it is.
About 50 degrees, so she's not going to have to spend her Christmas in Rock Springs, Wyoming.
I hope we're not out of here yet, and I hope the car still works now.
Yeah, I don't know that you should have said that.
Yeah,
there could always be another
thanks a
Aberdeen
lot.
scenario where we get a flat tire, and then 8 hours later
I'm
we still have a flat tire.
coming after you if that's the case, because I'm going to be mad.
Well, with this weather, even with a flat tire, we are not going to be here for 5 days.
No,
We'll be
we're
fine.
going to be fine.
That's what you think.
So
That's what you think.
it's been beautiful weather, been a great tournament. They always treat us very well over here at the Flaming Gorge Classic. And it's Wyoming starts their season a little bit later. So a lot of these Wyoming teams are only 2 or 3 games in, where Bear Lake is, like I said, this is game 9.
Halfway through their season almost.
Yeah, in fact, by the time we get back from Christmas break, because the Bears have 3 games after this one, they'll have played 12, and there's only 22 games on the schedule.
Yep.
So by the time school starts up again on January 6th, the Bear Lake girls' season will be over half over as far as number of games. The schedule slows down a little bit because only down to 2 games a week no matter what once we enter league play. So it'll slow down a little bit. But by
Yay.
by about Valentine's Day, they should be know where they're headed as far as the state tournament's concerned, if they have a chance to get there. And just if you're wondering what's going on, right now Bears are ranked number 2 in the state. Last time I checked, which was about Thursday, and right now, according to the computers, would be a heavy favorite to win the district championship for the girls team. Way too early for the boys team. In fact, boys weren't even ranked yet because they don't start ranking the teams till they have 5 games. So they'll be ranked after this weekend. They'll pop into the rankings somewhere, and with a couple wins this weekend, they'll be better off than they would have been before. So. Should be interesting as the season plays out. Snake River on the boys' side of things. Snake River, defending state champions, I think. Snake River Panthers, and most people say they're better this year than they were a year ago. When if they didn't win state, they at least were in the state championship game. I can't remember for sure on the boys' side. Very dominant team last year. They beat Bear Lake, if you remember right, in Bear Lake by about 40 points. And people are saying they're better this year than they were a year ago. A lot of height, a lot of senior leadership. And so Snake River is going to be tough. Marsh Valley and American Falls could be tough as well. Teton, who Bear Lake lost to already this year, American Falls beat Teton. So that's going to be a tough district for the boys. And on the flip side, the girls are favored. So for 2 very different paths between the 2 teams. The girls have the path where they appear to be the favorites. The boys have the path where they appear to be the underdogs. And we'll see. And this is a year we've known for a while that the boys were going to maybe struggle because we were moving up. And so we'll see how it goes as we go forward. They're growing. They're getting better every game. Saw a lot of growth over here in this tournament the last 2 games. But today, for the next, starting in 3 minutes, it's time for girls basketball.
Yep.
The girls, the defending state champs, but they can't defend their state title because they've moved up since then. So the girls, if they do win the state title, will be a back-to-back, but not back-to-back technically because they'll be in a different division. But I'm still sure their hoodies will say back-to-back state champs.
Yeah, I'm sure they will.
If they're able to get there, and that is possible because Sugar Salem is the team that is ranked number 1. I mentioned the Bears are number 2, and Sugar Salem is the only team to beat Bear Lake this year. It was a 4-point win in Sugar in overtime, 36-32. It was quite a hard-fought game.
It was a good game.
And get the Sugar Salem in Bear Lake on January 3rd. So if you want to see potentially a preview of the state championship game and without kidding at all, We just realized we didn't hook a cord up, and yet it still seems to be working. Everything seems to be.
Because our talent over there didn't hook up a cord, and I came in and thought that you had lost the cord, so I found a different cord. And then I used the other cord to plug into the computer.
Okay.
So I didn't see that cord sitting there until about, 5 minutes ago. So
I panicked. Yeah, I looked over
Let's just be real. The talent that usually helps hook up that cord wasn't in the building.
yes, she was at a C-team basketball
There you
game.
go.
So how did that one
I
end?
want
How did
credit.
that go?
I want credit due where it's. I want credit given where it's due.
So when
How'd it go, though?
when Nate and I left
they
over there,
won.
it was 17-2. What was did it get any better?
I think it was. The last score I remember seeing was 29-9, and I think that we scored after that. So I kind of quit looking at the score. Our girls did really well.
Yeah.
The C team did really well today.
Rock Springs had 2 points at halftime.
Yeah.
And that was an and one situation that could have easily been called a charging foul rather than an and one. So here we go. We're ready for Bear Lake basketball. Bear Lake Lady Bears taking on the Rock Springs Tigers from Rock Springs High School. And chance for the Bears to go to 8-1 on the season. Chance for the Bears to go 3-0 over here in this tournament and set themselves up for the holidays to have a great Christmas. I'm going to say Rock Springs, their 2 games, their average score in those 2 games is losing by a score of 56-27. So the Bears are the favorite for sure in this game, but you never know. It's all about matchups sometimes. You'll never know what could happen.
Yep.
And I don't think they're going to do the national anthem because this is about the 4th or 5th game in this gym today. I think they're getting ready just to do starting lineups. Bear Lake will be in their road blue uniforms. And the Rock Springs in white with orange trim, kind of tiger stripes on the shorts. I like how he says Bear Lake, Idaho.
Yeah.
Because there are other Bear Lakes, but the nearest one to us is Minnesota or California.
There's also one in California.
Big Bear Lake in California, Big Bear Lake, or White Bear Lake, I think it is in Minnesota. But here we are in Rock Springs, Wyoming. If this is the first game you're joining us for, no shot clock over here. The fouls are the same. They call the fouls the same, 5 after 5, 2-shot fouls. But they do they don't have a shot clock over here. We talked to the Star Valley broadcast team, and shot clock is on its way. 2 years away, and then they'll adopt the shot clock for Wyoming. Taisley Neal getting introduced as a starter for Bear Lake. Emery Walker, those two are both seniors. Filling in for Sadie Shaw as she has all weekend. Brooke Bamey, she had a great game yesterday, the game that we covered. Peyton Crockett, junior. And 6'1" sophomore, number 32, Haley Wells. So
Hallie.
Actually,
Hallie
Wells.
Hallie Wells and Brooke Bateman, 2 sophomores, and a junior in Peyton Crockett, 2 seniors. And that's how the Bears will start it. Coming off the bench will be another couple of juniors and a senior. So Bears, a young team. Back-to-back, they're the defending state champions, and they're still young with really just the 4 seniors. So starting for Rock Springs, and I've lost my eyes. So number 4, Ashlyn Plamel. Number 5, Kate Kilpack. Number 14, Dana Urban. Number 21, Emma Acey. And number 30, Tiana Copeland starting for the Rock Springs Tigers. And number 21, Emma Acey will jump it up against Hallie Wells. And there might be somebody almost as tall as Hallie in this gym. Acey's right there with her.
Yep.
Should be a good matchup between those two. The ball's in the air. The tip is controlled by the Bears. And Brooke Bamey will bring the ball into the front court. Bear Lake will get the chance to score first to Wells. Wells down the lane, up and good. She's fouled. Count it. With
Great
the
move.
left hand, yeah.
That foul goes on Urban. Her first team foul for Rock Springs.
Rock Springs coached by Mike Swenson. Bear Lake coached by Ken Wells. Bear Lake leading it 3-0 after Hallie Wells goes to the Jacobson Mountain Air foul line. Jacobson Mountain Air for all your heating and air conditioning needs. And she completes the old-fashioned three-point play. And the Copeland will bring the ball into the front court and almost throws it away. Down the lane, up and no good. Rebound is out of bounds off of Bear Lake. That was Plemmel, Ashlyn Plemmel, missing the about a 10-foot runner down the lane. Couldn't get it to go. But the Tigers will have the ball on the baseline. Come out top, long shot on the way, 4-3, no good. AC with the rebound, but Wells blocks her putback attempt. And Neal comes away with it. She gets it to Walker. Walker up ahead to Wells. Wells drives baseline. She traveled with it. Took a step before she put the ball on the court. And it's a turnover, Bear Lake. So nice block there by Wells. She blocked that AC attempt. In the backcourt, Kilpack. She gets it ahead. And AC. They moved the ball quick. Sorry, I'm having a hard time keeping up with names here. Urban with it. Urban comes up top to Kilpack. Kilpack looking for some help. She'll dribble to the top to the logo. And now down to Copeland. Copeland looking for somebody inside. Nobody there. She comes up to AC at the center court circle. Now over to Kilpack. 3 seconds. They call Urban for camping out in the lane.
She says, I can't see. I think she's got a contact out. She's holding it in her hand.
And she got poked in the eye. And she went to the bench. Almost got a steal there. She went to the bench to try to check out. They couldn't get her checked out. So her coach like, you got to get back out there. She comes and almost knocks away from Neal from behind. Bamey over to Neal. And then she cuts Neal around the screen. Lobs it to Crockett. Crockett underneath, and she's going to be fouled.
Yeah, I think that's going to go on Plemmel, but we'll see. It could also go on Copel. It did. It went on Copeland. Her first.
Harmon will now replace Urban, who's dealing with that eye issue. Wells off the inbound, up and in. Hallie Wells gives the Bear Lake the 5-0 lead. She's got all 5 Bear Lake points. And the Bears lead it by 5 with 6:08 left. And AC almost loses it. Now it does go out of bounds.
Great defense by the Bears.
The coach and AC both, Coach Swenson and AC both said, hey, that was off of Bamey's leg. And I think I agree with them. But the referees give it to the Bears. The Bears force the turnover. And Bamey will go to Walker on the elbow. Walker gets the screen from Wells, pick and roll. And as she tries to get it to Wells, a little bit behind her, out of bounds. And it will be Tiger basketball. Tigers with the ball in the backcourt. Copeland playing catch with Kilpack. And then Bamey knocks it away. They get it into AC on the save. AC puts it up and in. That was kind of a ping pong all over the place, pinball effect. And AC gets it up and in after the ball finally makes it to her hands. Neal with the reverse, can't get it to go. Too far under to use the backboard. Missed the opportunity to score there off the nice pass from Wells. And the rebound to the Tigers. And now Copeland with it. Being defended closely there by Bamey. And Crockett gets caught with her hand in the cookie jar.
Her first foul.
She reaches around from behind, knocked the ball away from Harmon, but she gets called for the foul in the process. Copeland to trigger from the baseline. She goes into AC right in front of the Bear Lake bench. AC up top to Kilpack. Over to Copeland. Copeland is going to be fouled.
You're going to call that one on Walker.
Walker thought she had the ball. They call the foul.
Second team foul for the Bears.
timeout. It's a 30-second timeout. We'll take it here on the SVI Network.
Live coverage of Bear Lake High School sports on the SVI Sports Network is presented by Flying S Title and Escrow, whatever it takes. Stephen Hammond Dental, local family dentistry. Gary Tusher CPA, bookkeeping, tax returns, and payroll, here to help. Lenhart Beverages, proud to support the Bear Lake Bears. And by KVSI The Wave, the Bear Lake Valley's hit music station on 105.3 FM.
This is your home for Bear Lake Bears basketball, live on SVI Media and The Wave, all a part of the SVI Sports Network.
Urban, during that timeout, out there looking for contact that got knocked out earlier. And I don't think they found it.
I don't think they did either.
Good luck.
It's probably on someone's shoe.
AC with the ball. Now she goes back to Copeland. Copeland to AC. Back to Copeland. 5-2. Defensive battle. And now they call an illegal screen, I believe.
That goes on Plamel.
Not to be mistaken for Flamel of Harry Potter fame.
Oh.
Sorry. That's what I think when I hear Plamel. Every time I've said it, I thought of that. And the ball is deflected away. And last touched by Bear Lake. No, that's what I thought. They got that call. They got that call wrong. It was definitely last touched by Rock Springs, but I went with what the official said. So Bears will retain possession right in front of the Rock Springs bench. And Walker to trigger. She'll get it in to Neal. Neal dribbles out to the center court circle. She goes to Wells on the foul line extended. She'll go back to Neal. Neal out in three-point range, goes around the screen, looks for the pick and roll, not there, so she'll go to Bamey. Bamey to Crockett. Crockett to Bamey. Bamey for three. Yes! There's a Phillips 66 U-save. Three-point look from sophomore Brooke Bamey. And now the Bears get a trap, and then Neal nearly has it, but they call it back court.
Yep.
That was bad news there for Rock Springs. It was either going to be a steal by Neal or back court. Either way, it was a turnover.
Saxton, Alleman, Skinner coming into the game. For Walker, Crockett, and Bamey.
Right. So 8-2, the Bears in the lead. And the ball's knocked away by AC from behind, still on the floor. Finally picked up by Copeland. Copeland up ahead to AC. AC gets it to go. She gets the steal at one end. She gets the finish at the other end. She's got all 4 points for the Tigers, and it's 8-4 in favor of the Bears. Wells with it. Fakes, then drives. She goes down hard.
Oh, she hit her head. Hallie Wells. She immediately grabbed her head. Yep. She's going to come out. Crockett coming back in for her.
And I hope Wells is okay down there. I think she's going to be.
Holding her head. Yep. Ouch.
So 34-44. Julie Saxton 4-3. You say Phil 66 3-point make on the inbound. 44-34. That's Condi and Gaddy in the game for Rock Springs. Ball's knocked away by Alleman. Neal tries to save it. She can't quite avoid the end line, so she steps out. Well, the sideline, I should say. She does step out of bounds. Bears lead 11-4 on your Burdick Memorial Hospital scoreboard. AC has all 4 points for the Tigers. 2 Phillips 66 3-point makes for the Bears. And AC's going to try her own three. She'll miss it. Rebound, skied for, out of bounds, off of the Bears. It'll belong to the Tigers. AC will trigger on the baseline. And she finally gets it in to Harmon. Now to Gaddy, to AC. AC playing point forward here. Gaddy will attempt a long three. No good. Rebound, though, to Condi. Condi can't get it to go. Rebound this time goes out of bounds off of Bear Lake. It will remain Tiger basketball. So the Bears are forcing the misses but can't get the rebounds on this possession. AC will trigger. She comes in to Condi into the corner. And Taisley Neal steps into the passing lane, takes it away all the way to the other end. Layup, good, 13-4. Bears, she gets the steal, she gets the finish. The Bears lead to 9 with 2:48 left. AC has it knocked, almost has it knocked away. She gets it up ahead. AC will now shoot the 3 and miss the 3. Alleman steps on the end line. And on the rebound. So the ball will come into AC, Rock Springs basketball. She's directing some traffic. AC over to Harmon. Harmon back up top to AC. Back to Harmon. AC will go baseline. Harmon will come back upstead to Copeland. Now over to Condi. AC dribbles into a long 2, and it's good. She's got all 6 points for Rock Springs, and it's 13-6 in favor of the Bears. Neal. Bounce pass to Crockett. It's taken away, almost taken away. Crockett comes up with it. She's going to dribble, go down to Saxton. Saxton will go to Neal. Neal will go for 3. No good. Alleman with the rebound to Skinner. Skinner 2, rattles home. And nice rebound by Alleman with the assist to Alleman, and the nice shot there by Cortland Skinner to finish. And now Harmon with it. She's double teamed and tied up. Jump ball.
All right, Wells and Bamey coming back in. Good news for the Bears that Wells is okay. Out is Crockett and Neal.
1:38 left in the first quarter. Six points for the Tigers, all by AC, who has the ball right now. And the Bears lead on the Bear Lake Memorial Hospital scoreboard by a score of 15-6. Cross court AC. She fakes the 3. Dribble drive. Back. And a make by somebody besides AC. Kilpack gets the 3. The Phillips 66 U-Save 3-point shot. 15-9 as the Tigers staying with the Bears.
Kilpack had just come back into the game.
Alleman down the lane. Can't get it to go. Foul on the Bears on the rebound. Alleman made a good move to get it up, but it doesn't go. A little bit too hard off the backboard. Tiger basketball after the foul.
That foul went on Alleman.
Only the 3rd foul of the quarter, so Bears still have a foul to give. AC has the ball knocked away, but it bounces into the hands of Gaddy. Now AC will throw it up. She's fouled. She'll go to the line. She'll shoot 2.
That one goes on Bamey. Her first. 4th team foul.
AC. Emma AC will go to the line. She'll shoot 2 from the Jacobson Mountain Air foul line. Jacobson Mountain Air. For all your heating and air conditioning needs in the Bear Lake Valley, contact Jacobson Mountain Air. 5-point game, 15-10, Bears lead. AC has now 7 of their 10. Make it 7, still 7 out of their 10. As she misses, foul on the rebound. So Hallie Wells will trot to the other end to the Jacobson Mountain Air foul line.
That foul goes on number 44, Gaddy.
And Hallie Wells, who's already got in this game 5 points, has a chance to add to it from the Jacobson Mountain Air foul line. She got the first 5 points of the night for the Bear Lake Bears. She makes the first one nothing but the very bottom of the net. And it's 16-10. This is an interesting matchup between AC and Wells. They're about the same height, similar build. They just play very different games. Wells misses the second rebound. Goes to Kilpack, now to Copeland. So 16-10. Wells is more of a post player, shot blocker. AC is more of a point forward. She likes to play on the perimeter. Kilpack with it. She made a 3 from there a minute ago. Cross-court pass, intercepted. And all the way to the other end, Desiree Alleman.
Beautiful play by Desiree.
She goes end to end, gets the bucket after stealing the pass, and the Bears lead at 18-10, the 8-point lead. AC, her pass knocked away, but then she gets it back, and then Hallie Wells blocks the shot, and then the putback attempt by Condi is also blocked, but a foul this time.
It goes on Skinner.
I think they said
her first.
So Hallie Wells' block from behind was clean, but Skinner got her as she went up. So from the Jacobson Mountain Air foul line, Condi misses the first. You know, I'm looking at this crowd. I think there's more Bear Lake people here than Rock Springs people.
Yep.
As Condi goes 1 out of 2, the second one hits the back of the rim, front of the rim, rolls in. Bears quickly down court. Saxon going to drive, lob it up, but AC, Condi took it away. Saxon just took it right back from her. Now the ball's on the floor, jump ball. Saxon gives up like a foot and a half to Condi, and she just knocked her pass down. That was a great play there by Saxon. Nice hustle play. Bears keep possession. Bamey for 3 on the inbound. Yes, Brooke Bamey.
That's 2 for her.
Her second Phillips 66 U-save 3-point make. AC from half court at the buzzer. No. That'll be the end of the first quarter. The Bears lead it by 10, 21-11. We'll be back with the second quarter right after this on the SVI Sports Network.
Here at Bear Lake Memorial Hospital, we have the honor of having a great radiology team. They've been recognized at the state level of being the best in their field. In our radiology department, we are able to provide MRIs, CT scans, X-rays, mammograms, ultrasound, echocardiograms, nuclear medicine, and DEXA scans.
With the helpful hardware, folks.
Live coverage of local high school sports continues now on the SVI Sports Network.
Bear Lake Memorial Hospital scoreboard as I scratch my microphone on my glasses, put them back down. Sorry about that. Bear Lake Memorial Hospital scoreboard is all Bear Lake. After one, 21-11. The Bears lead over the Rock Springs Tigers here in the Saturday matinee, the final game of this tournament for the Bear Lake teams. I think the JV girls may have one more left.
They have one after this game.
But everybody else is wrapped up. And there's a few other teams that still have some games to play. I know Star Valley girls play at 3:40 this afternoon. Some water on the court. Coach Wells getting his janitorial hat on down there. Gets it all mopped up.
Gives me a minute to make sure I've got the right people on the court.
Bear Lake out there with their starters.
Which I'm not sure I do. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, yeah, I'm good.
And Rock Springs out there with Urban. Looks like she either found a contact or she's going to play without it. Kilpack, AC, who hasn't gone off the court yet. Copeland, their main ball handler. And there's one other one I can't see the number. Is it Condi still out there? So Copeland with it as we come back to live action. As the second quarter starts, the Bears up by 10. Urban in the corner to Kilpack. Kilpack does have a 3. This time she's going to come back up top to Brooke Bamey. Oh. And Bamey left the ball behind as she tripped. And then Crockett picked it up. And Copeland ends up with it. And Copeland ends up getting fouled.
That goes on Neal, her first.
That was kind of an interesting. Bamey was tripping as she went to dribble, and she ended up just slamming the ball to the floor.
Set it down on the ground, yeah.
And then Crockett picked it up, and she lost control of it. Copeland ended up with it. Neal came from behind to try to get the steal and commits the foul. Kilpack in the corner to Urban. Urban back up top to Kilpack. Over to Copeland. Copeland to AC. AC cross court to Kilpack in the corner to Urban. Urban thinks about the 3. Back up top. AC with it. And now to Copeland. Copeland to Kilpack. Looking inside. Nothing there. Cross court. Tipped away by Emery Walker. So they've had the ball for almost a minute. 53 seconds already in this second quarter. And then turn it over on the inbound. Brooke Bamey forces the turnover. So they had the ball for 55 seconds, essentially, and could not get a shot up in that 55 seconds.
All right, Condi coming out of the game. Plamel back in for her.
Bamey to the top of the key. Now to Wells on the foul line. Wells to Bamey. She's already got two filled 66 U-save 3-point makes. The ball's knocked away, but she gets it back. Lobs inside for Wells. A little bit too much for her. Falls out of bounds off of her fingertips. Two Rock Springs Tigers hit the floor, but the Bears unable to take advantage of it. So a shot has yet to be taken 1 minute and 15 seconds into this second quarter. AC cross court to Kilpack. Kilpack will bring it back out to Plamel. Plamel traveled with it, no call. She comes back to Kilpack. Kilpack back to Plamel. Ball's on the floor, and it looks like Bears are going to come away with it. That's Crockett with it. She'll get the ball to Walker. Walker will bring the ball into the front court and bounce pass to Wells. Wells down the lane. Layup is good. Kind of a little bit of a reverse layup. And the Bears take a 12-point lead at 23-11. Slowly pulling away. AC with it. She's double-teamed, but she gets it to Kilpack. Kilpack had an easy look.
Wells is like, couldn't avoid that. She stopped, and I went right over the top of her.
I don't think Kilpack realized she was wide open.
Yeah.
She stopped to make the pass, and that's when Wells ran over her. She did her best not to commit the foul.
Yeah, that's her first foul.
Ball comes up top to Kilpack. Kilpack now to Copeland. Copeland into AC. AC turnaround jumper blocked by Crockett. Wells tips the rebound over to Neal. Now to Crockett. Crockett is going to throw it away. She was falling out of bounds. She tried to get it back to Bamey, couldn't. So the Bears went a little bit too quick on that possession. End up turning it over. 5:44 remaining in the first half. Bears lead it by a score of 23-11. And a steal. Crockett and Neal team up, and then Copeland actually runs it down, gets it back. Urban now to AC via Plamel, and a tip by Crockett. And now Copeland with it. She'll settle into the offense. Up top to AC. AC dribbles and gives to Urban. I don't know that they have shot yet in the quarter. Copeland goes down the lane, trips. Oh, they call the foul.
On Wells, that's her second.
And Coach Wells like, she just tripped over her feet and just kind of staggered down the base. I can see it either way, though.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it wasn't a foul. Copeland is limping a little bit. She'll go out. And can't catch the number. Something 15.
Well, that is the number. Harmon.
I went to say something 5 and then saw the other number and made myself sound dumber than I usually do. So Harmon back in. Ball knocked away by Walker into the hands of Neal. Neal to the other end into the hoop. 25-11 Bears by 14. Kilpack to Urban. Urban finally gets it across the center court line. Ball taken away by Walker. Walker goes to Crockett. Crockett stops, shoots, scores. Peyton Crockett gives the Bears a 16-point lead, and timeout taken. We'll take it with him right here on the SVI Sports Network.
When it's time for a brake job, go with Napa Silent Guard. Built with fiber-reinforced shims and rubber-coated hardware that reduce noise and provide an exact fit for the life of the pad. Available now at Napa. Give your engine the attention it deserves with Napa Full Synthetic Engine Oil. Its advanced formulation delivers faster flow and temperature protection in the harshest driving conditions, elevating engine performance by helping it run cleaner, longer. Available now at Napa.
Our PT department is comprised of physical therapy, occupational therapy, speech therapy. We also have pelvic floor that we do. Physical therapy helps in multiple settings. They assist in the skilled nursing facility, the manor, the home health, along with helping out with both preoperative and postoperative. Make sure that you have the best outcome with your surgery and your way of life going forward.
On the SVI Sports Network, this is Bears Basketball with Jared and Lisa.
Bears Basketball brought to you by Bear Lake Memorial Hospital, who sponsors our scoreboard, and that scoreboard shows the Bears leading big right now, 27-11 with 4:34 left in the first half. This second quarter has been all Bear Lake. as they have outscored the Tigers. Tigers have yet to score in the second quarter. Urban with it, being defended there by Bamey. She goes to AC. AC turnaround jumper, no good. Rebound's going to be tipped out of bounds. It will be Bears basketball. So AC got a good look at it that time, about a 15-foot jumper, foul line extended, but it doesn't go. And Bamey will jog the ball into the front court, and the Bears will set the offense. Bamey goes to Wells on the foul line. Wells tied up from behind by AC, jump ball. I don't think Wells is used to having somebody tall enough to grab that ball when she has it up there. So it will be Bear Lake basketball still. Walker will trigger baseline. And she'll come in to Wells, top of the key. Wells will dribble. And now bounce pass back out to Bamey to set the offense. Bamey goes back to Wells. Now to Bamey, back to Wells. Now to Neal on the dribble handoff. Neal to Walker on the dribble handoff. Walker about an 8-foot jumper down the lane, partially blocked. But Wells saves the rebound into the Bears. And here's Holly Wells with the ball. Now to Walker. Walker down the lane. This time she goes all the way to the hoop. This time she blocked again. And the rebound comes down to the Tigers. AC to Harmon to Kilpack. Kilpack into Plamel. She'll shoot it. She'll miss. And rebound to Peyton Crockett. She hands to Neal. Bears push it into the front court quickly, but slow it up now and set up the offense. Between the circles to Neal. Now over top of the key to Wells. Wells will shoot the three. Ooh, rattles out. Crockett with the rebound and put back. Peyton Crockett, you can't teach height. She used her height right there. Rebound, spin move, put back. Bears up by 18. 3 minutes left to go till half. And the Tigers yet to score here in the second quarter. Bears knock it away again. Still on the floor. It's going to be a jump ball. It'll stay Tiger basketball.
Skinner, Saxton, Alleman coming back in.
Bamey, Crockett, and Walker will take a seat. Harmon triggers into AC, back to Harmon. Harmon clear the other side to Urban, way up top. Now to Kilpack. Kilpack into Plamel. Plamel, double team. She'll come back outside to Kilpack. She drives. She's cut off by Saxton. She comes to AC. AC drives. Her shot was partially blocked by Neal, who starts laughing at herself because she knows that whistle was on her.
She picked up her second.
And the look on her face like, yeah, this girl's like 6 inches taller than me. I'm going to try to get the block shot there, but at least she'll have to earn it from the Jacobson Mountain Air foul line. Jacobson Mountain Air. For all your heating and air conditioning needs, it's Jacobson Mountain Air. AC rolls it off the left side. Looked like it was going to go in. It falls out.
Copeland coming back in for Plamel.
And Condi in for Urban. AC to the foul line, to the Jacobson Mountain Air foul line for her second of two. She makes this one. First points of the quarter. Second quarters have been bad for Bear Lake opponents today. Between the boys' game and girls' game combined now, we've played almost 14 minutes of basketball. And total points scored by the Bear Lake opposition today, 1. Wells down the lane, shot blocked by AC. She gets the rebound. Looked like Wells was going to have an easy one. And AC comes up with the block. And then at the other end, Saxton forces the turnover. The boys did not allow a second quarter point in their game. The girls have allowed 1 point in this game so far. And here we go, Skinner with the ball. Skinner will come up top to Neal. Neal to Saxton. Now to Neal. Saxton with it. Looking for a cutter. She'll go to Neal, top of the key. 3, short. Rebound. Run down in the corner by Neal after it was saved by Skinner. It'll be Bear Lake basketball. As Neal was forced to throw it out of bounds off of Copeland. As she was trapped over there on the sideline. Skinner will trigger from the corner. She's going to get it into Saxton. 1:35 left till halftime. And Wells. Dribble handoff to Skinner. Skinner's got an opening down the lane, up, in. Oh! They're going to take it away.
She is called for an offensive foul. That'll be her second.
So if that was in the NBA or the college ranks, there would be no call there because she was definitely in the restricted area. But there is no restricted area in high school, so it's just a charging foul against Skinner. Take the points off the board. But the Bears still lead it by 17. Ball entered to Condi. She gets it out to Copeland. Up top goes to Kilpack. Kilpack to AC. Clear out in the center court circle now. 1 minute left in the first half. In the corner, Kilpack. 3 on the way, no good. And that was, I think, partially blocked. I'm going to say partially blocked because it went off the side of the backboard. So we'll give the Bears a block shot there, as I think it was Skinner that came flying out. Wells with it. She'll hand it off to Skinner. And it's kind of tipped away, and Cortland can't control it. It goes out of bounds off of Bear Lake. So checking out Neal and Wells, checking in Crockett and Bamey. Kilpack drives baseline. She's cut off, and she steps out of bounds. Great defense. Crockett and Skinner come over, force the double team. And those two both are long, and you get double teamed by them, and there's not a lot of passing lanes. They're great defenders. Saxton is going to come around the screen. Hit Alleman on the pick and roll. Alleman up and in. She's fouled. Count it. Desiree with the left hand.
Yeah, great move. That one's going to go on number 34, Condi, her first. First team foul in the quarter.
Yeah, that's what I was just going to say. First team foul in the quarter. You don't see that very often. And the Jackson Mountaineer foul line not friendly to Desiree. She does not get the bounce. Rebound and ball coming the other way. Harmon cut off baseline. She comes back up. AC for 3. Yes. AC for a long 3. That's their first made bucket of the quarter. And then Copeland steps in front of the pass, takes it away. She'll miss the layup at the buzzer. Skinner came back and affected the shot just enough. And it's no good at the buzzer. So Bears will go into halftime with a 31-15 lead. And Coach Wells doesn't like the no calls. Baby went to the floor and Copeland got that steal. The referees explained they were both going for the ball. It just happens that way sometimes. Bears lead it 31-15. It's halftime. We'll take a 2-minute break. We'll catch our breath and be back with the halftime stats right after this on the SVI Sports Network.
Ready, set, 12 days, 10 venues, 1 van. Client presentation starting in 4 minutes. Living your best midlife crisis. Rerouting. There's go in everything you do. That's why Phillips 66 is there to fuel all the ways you go, go, go.
Visit You Save Phillips 66 in Montpelier for fuel, snacks, and more. Live to the full with You Save Phillips 66, where your convenience is our pleasure.
Bear Lake Dental in Montpelier is where kindness and dentistry meet. Our friendly, talented team have years of experience in providing compassionate service and high-quality dental care. Dr. Micah Himmerick, Dr. Monty Weston, and a full staff of dental experts are here to help you create a new smile. Visit Bear Lake Dental at 215 South 4th Street in Montpelier, online at bearlakedental.com, or give us a call at 208-847-0153. Bear Lake Dental, creating happy, beautiful smiles.
Bear Lake Drug in Montpelier is your full-service pharmacy, including prescription refills and medications. Bear Lake Drug also offers services such as rapid strep test, rapid influenza test, and medication synchronization. Ask your pharmacist for more details at Bear Lake Drug on Washington Street in Montpelier. Visit BearLakeDrugID.com. That's BearLakeDrugID.com. It's your local drugstore and a whole lot more. Bear Lake Drug.
We take all the decisions and explain them and make it easier for everybody to understand.
We bring a uniqueness to it, and we try to make sure everything is positive and happy and people have a good experience.
People come in and sign papers and they leave and they're happy, they get their house. I like that.
When we hand you that deed to your home, there's not going to be anything that's going to come up later that's going to hurt.
The The SVI Sports Network returns now with more live coverage of Bear Lake High School sports.
Bears lead it on the Bear Lake Memorial Hospital scoreboard at halftime by a score of 31-15 over the Rock Springs Tigers. Bear Lake Memorial Hospital, you can count on them to care. And what we care about right now is the halftime stats. Lisa, who did the scoring for the Tigers?
AC is leading in the scoring column with 11 points at the half. Kilpack has 3 and 1 for Condi. That's their total, 15. They're shooting 27% overall. They're 3 out of 12, 25% from the 2-point range. 2 for 6, 33% from the 3-point line, and 3 out of 6, 50% from the foul line. 10 total rebounds in the first half, 3 offensive, 7 defensive. And they have 5 fouls total. A bunch of people with 1 each, so no real foul trouble at this point for them.
All right, who's done the damage for the Bears?
Leading in the scoring column is Wells with 8, 6 for Bamey, 4 for Crockett, 4 for Alleman, 4 for Neal, Saxton with 3, and Skinner with 2. For a total of 31. They're shooting 59% overall, 10 out of 16, 62% from the 2-point range. I'll get it. 3 for 6, 50% from the 3-point, and 2 out of 4, 50% from the foul line. And they have 11 rebounds, 8 defensive, 3 offensive, and 9 fouls. They've got Skinner with 2, Neal with 2, Wells with 2, and then Alleman, Bamey, and Crockett each with 1.
So 3 Phillips 66 3-point makes in that first half for the Bear Lake Bears. Bamey 2 for 2.
Yep. And Bear Lake outscored Rock Springs 21-11 in the first quarter, 10-4 in the second quarter. 31-15, that's your halftime score.
Here's my stat of the day. Defensively, that was the worst second quarter we've watched all day, and they only allowed 4 points.
Yeah.
Because the Bear Lake boys did not allow a point in the second quarter against Rollins earlier and ended up winning that game. I will say this, though. The girls have a more comfortable lead. The boys only led by 5 at halftime over there, even after holding them to only to no points, because the Bears only scored 7, where the Bears were up by 10 already and extended that lead to now lead by 16. AC needs help. If I'm Rock Springs, that's the message in halftime is AC needs help. She has scored 11 of their 15 points. Only one other Tiger has made a basket. But that was a 3-point make by Kilpack, and then the 1 foul shot is all. So if Rock Springs has any hope of fighting themselves back into this one, AC's got to have some help on the offensive end of things.
In fact, AC's really the only one that's shot anything. Plamel has taken 2 shots is all. Copeland took 1, and Condi has taken 1. And that's it.
So only 4 shots have gone to...
Out of 12 shots total taken. Well, those are the 2-point range. Okay, I guess I'm lying. Because Kilpack has taken a couple of 3-point looks. So, yeah. But out of 18 total shots, AC has taken 11 of those.
So kind of efficient offense for her. She's basically scoring a point per shot. She has 11 points and she's taken 11 shots. So that's not too bad for her. But you got to have more output from the rest of the team if you're the Rock Springs Tigers. If you're the Bears, keep it up.
Yeah.
Defense,
pretty even over across the board, actually.
Defense has been stellar. Offense, they're sharing the ball well. They're moving the ball well. They've led to a lot of easy looks off of steals. And you got to like the fact that the Bears lead at halftime comfortably by a score of 31-15. The Bears came over to this tournament without Sadie Shaw. She's here, but she's in a boot cast, not walking on that foot. She'll hopefully be back around the Sugar Salem game on January 3rd. Maybe going to hold her out until a little bit later. But the Bears could end up going 3-0 in this tournament without one of their starting guards, which is impressive, to say the least. So good job for the Bears. Brooke Bamey has filled in for her and done a stellar job. She has 2 for 2 from the 3-point line, has a few steals, doing a good job. Just the sophomore. Yeah, if you're other teams and you're scouting Bear Lake and thinking, oh, they won the state championship last year, they're ranked in the top of the state this year, they got to be an older team. And then you look at it and realize that they started 2 sophomores and a junior today, and you think, do they Do they run out of players? The answer is no. The Bears are still a young team. They've got getting a lot of great minutes from their 4 seniors do play a major role, but the other girls, the juniors and sophomores, just playing very well as well. So the Bears up big, and we've got 2 minutes left at halftime. We'll take another break. We'll come back and bring you the second half of this final game from the Flaming Gorge tournament right after this on the SVI Sports Network.
Live coverage of Bear Lake High School sports on the SVI Sports Network is presented by Flying S Title and Escrow, whatever it takes. Stephen Hammond Dental, local family dentistry. Gary Tusher CPA, bookkeeping, tax returns, and payroll, here to help. Lenhart Beverages, proud to support the Bear Lake Bears. And by KVSI The Wave, the Bear Lake Valley's hit music station on 105.3 FM.
Here at Bear Lake Memorial Hospital, we have the honor of having a great radiology team. They've been recognized at the state level of being the best in their field. In our radiology department, we are able to provide MRIs, CT scans, X-rays, mammograms, ultrasound, echocardiograms, nuclear medicine, and DEXA scans.
With the helpful hardware, folks.
You're watching Bears basketball with Jared and Lisa on the SVI Sports Network.
Bears are going to start the second half the way they started the game. They're out there with Walker, Bainey, Neal, Crockett, and Wells to start. Rock Springs going to come out with Urban, Copeland, Plamel, AC, and Kilpack. Bears will start with the ball. Bears have the lead on the Bear Lake Memorial Hospital scoreboard by a score of 31-15 as we come back to live action. We're still waiting. One of the officials is having a discussion with Coach Wells. And now Bainey will bring the ball in the front court. She goes to Neal. Neal up top to Wells. Over to Bainey. She'll look for 3. She'll make it. Phillips 66 U-Save, where your convenience is our pleasure, sponsors that Brooke Bainey 3-point make. She's now 3 for 3 from 3. And Bainey gives the Bears a 19-point lead at 35-15. AC cross court to Copeland. Copeland to Kilpack. Kilpack tries her own 3. No good. Rebound to Emery Walker. She'll give it to Brooke Bainey. Bears with the ball. Bears with the lead. Bainey into the front court. She goes to Neal. And Copeland hits the floor off of a screen. Bears have an advantage there for a second. Bainey will get a 3 out of it. Oh, she misses that one. And Walker can't run down the rebound, so Copeland comes up with it. Now to Kilpack, back to Copeland, to Urban, to AC. Keeping the ball on the perimeter. AC will drive, cut off, go over to Copeland. Copeland in the corner to Kilpack. Kilpack dribbles, comes back out to Copeland. Now AC, cross court to Copeland. Copeland had Kilpack baseline, doesn't go to her. Instead, Urban for 3, no good. Rebound's going to go out of bounds in the corner. Bear Lake basketball, 6:39 left in the third quarter, 34-15. Bears in the lead. In the last 9.5 minutes of basketball now, the Bears have given up 4 points. They only allowed 4 in the second quarter, have not allowed any points so far in the third. Wells with it. She'll go up top to Bainey. Bainey now to Neal. Neal to Wells. Wells going to hand it to Bainey for the
wide
layup.
Open. Yep, great job.
Brooke Bainey, the sophomore, who's played JV most of the year, but stepping up to replace the injured Sadie Shaw, has 11 on the game. What a night for Brooke. 36-15, AC in the corner, out of bounds. Tries to force the pass over in the corner to Urban, and it's a turnover. So with 6:02 left in the third quarter, Bears lead it 36-15. to 15. Crockett is going to come to Bamey. Bamey around the screen to Crockett.
Great job.
Wow.
Backdoor.
Nice pass by Bamey. Backdoor cut by Crockett. Bears 38. Rock Springs 15. AC gets it to Kilpack down deep. She'll come back out to Copeland for 3. The 3 ball is the only reason they're even alive in this game is Copeland gets the 3 to go.
That's her first points in the game.
So the boys allowed 2 2-point buckets all day against Rollins. The girls have not allowed a 2-point bucket today since the first quarter.
That goes on Copeland, her second.
So Copeland commits the foul. Emery Walker will come into Bamey. In the corner to Walker. Back out to Bamey. Bamey now to Wells. Wells finds herself wide open. She thinks about the shot. Instead, she goes down the lane. She's fouled.
That one on Kilpack, her first. Did they say 4?
They said 4, so that's Plamel's third instead of Kilpack's first.
Yeah.
Into Bamey. Fakes the 3. Drives. Shoots the 2 instead. Yes! Brooke Bamey with 13. 40-18. Bears in control. Brooke Bamey having herself a stellar day. Inside to Urban. Urban back out. Kilpack in the corner. Kilpack will drive. She's double teamed. Walker can't tie her up, so she finally gets back out to Urban. Now to AC. AC is fouled. That's Walker from behind, I believe, is who they called on that.
Yep, they're saying her second. Wow, I have missed some fouls somewhere because I only have her for 1.
AC at the Jacobson Mountain Air foul line. Hits the front of the rim, back of the rim, rolls out. She'll have 1 more. Jacobson Mountain Air for all your heating and air conditioning needs in the Bear Lake Valley. Call Jacobson Mountain Air. And she makes the second. So actually the Phillips 66 USA 3-point line has been more effective for Bear Lake in this game, as Bamey has 3 herself. Saxon has 1. And Bamey is going to get it on the baseline to Neal. Neal's going to throw it away. Copeland steps in the passing lane, takes it away, brings it in the front court. Now she goes over to Urban. 40-19, Bears up by 21. Into AC, turnaround jumper, no good. Rebound, steal being fought for, and it's going to be a jump ball. Oh, they called a timeout. In the few seconds, when she legitimately got it for a few seconds. There was a jump ball. Before the jump ball, timeout taken by the Rock Springs Tigers. It's a 30, so we'll just keep it here. Bear Lake Memorial Hospital scoreboard shows the Bears comfortably in the lead at 40-19 with 4:11 left in the third. Bear Lake Memorial Hospital, you can count on them to care. And Bears having a good game defensively and a good game offensively, I guess you could say, outscoring Rock Springs by 21 points right now. Second quarters today between the two Bears teams. I know I keep harping on this because it's just a stat you don't hear. 4 points allowed in the second quarter today between the boys basketball team and the girls basketball team. And so the Bears won the boys game only by 2 as Rollins fought back into it, but they lead this one by 21 here in the third quarter. But coming back to live action, it will be AC triggering on the baseline for Rock Springs. And she's going to get it in. We'll try to get it in to Kilpack. Brooke Bamey knocks it out of bounds. So AC will now trigger in front of her own bench. And she's going to get it into Copeland finally. Now back to AC. AC alone for a long 3. She was sitting on the bench chatting with the coach.
Yeah.
When she shot that one, she gets it to go. Another Phillips 66 USA 3-point make for the Rock Springs Tigers. And they don't have a 2-point make since in the first quarter. Crockett can't quite get it up over the rim. And the rebound goes to the Tigers. Up ahead to Copeland. Back out to Urban near midcourt over to Kilpack on the logo on the far side. Kilpack back up top to Copeland. 3:25 left. Copeland to Kilpack. We're clear out near midcourt as they're passing the ball around. There's AC. AC goes to Urban. Urban to Kilpack. She can't handle the pass. Just a little bit too hard for her. And Crockett's going to go all the way the other way. Make it. She's fouled. What a play. She just makes it look smooth and easy. Crockett on the make and the she goes to the foul line.
Urban picking up her second foul. All right, we're bringing all kinds of people in and out. Walker came out for the Bears. Skinner in. Saxton also in.
Bamey came out, and Crockett will now come out. And Alleman will check in for her if she makes the Jacobson Mountain Air foul shot to push the Bear Lake lead back to 21 at 43-22. Peyton Crockett, that play, she just made that look so smooth and easy even after the contact. Just went up, knocked down the layup, and the Bears lead it by 22 points. Harmon out there now to AC to Copeland. Copeland for three. No. Rebound to Desiree Alleman. Desiree said, hey, I don't need any help. I'll bring the ball in the front court. She now goes to Saxton. Saxton to Neal. Neal to Alleman on the foul line. She had the backdoor cut to Neal. She gets it to her. Neal up and in.
Good job.
She couldn't use the backboard because the defense got in the way, was going to block the shot, so she just went over the front of the rim. And the Bears lead it now by 23 at 45-22. Inside to AC. She goes baseline. Harmon shot blocked and saved inbounds. Neal comes up with it. Great play there to Alleman. Alleman layup no good. Wells will clean it up though, and she'll score. Bears get the block on one end by Skinner. They get the bucket on the other end by Wells. Bears lead it by 25, 47-22. AC just standing there with it. She's finally going to go over to Harmon. Back to AC. And in the corner, Copeland open for three. No. Wells will get the rebound. Ball's knocked away from her by Copeland, but Neal's going to get it. And now the Bears will call a timeout because Neal was laying on the ground with it. We'll take it here on the SVI Sports Network.
When it's time for a brake job, go with Napa Silent Guard. Built with fiber-reinforced shims and rubber-coated hardware that reduce noise and provide an exact fit for the life of the pad. Available now at Napa. Give your engine the attention it deserves with Napa Full Synthetic Engine Oil. Its advanced formulation delivers faster flow and temperature protection in the harshest driving conditions, elevating engine performance by helping it run cleaner, longer. Available now at Napa.
This is your home for Bear Lake Bears basketball, live on SVI Media and The Wave, all a part of the SVI Sports Network.
Bear Lake Memorial Hospital scoreboard. It's all Bear Lake Bears. 47-22 late here in the third quarter. The Bears, between the second quarter and third quarter combined, have now allowed 11 points. They allowed 11 in the first, only 11 so far since then. Wells commits the turnover. She's called for the double dribble.
Neal and Wells coming out. And in the game for them is Crockett and Bamey.
So Wells, Coach Wells, keeping his girls fresh by rotate them in and out. AC, she hasn't left the game. She forces it up and in. She's fouled. Count it. We got a 2-point bucket alert. That is the first 2-point make by the Tigers since the first quarter. 2-point alert.
That's Bamey's second foul.
Jacobson Mountain Air foul line is friendly this time for AC. She makes it. So cuts the lead, the Bear Lake lead, to a sparse 22. 47-25.
Kilpack back in the game for Copeland.
Bamey to Crockett. Crockett dribble handoff to Saxton. Saxton wide open down the lane. She'll go inside to Alleman. Alleman's fouled as she goes up. If that pass would have been about 3 inches higher, Alleman would have had an easy layup, but she had to go down low to get it. By the time she got it, she's fouled. She earns her way to the Jacobson Mountain Air foul line. And her first foul shot off the back of the rim. In the Bear Lake Valley, it's Jacobson Mountain Air. Desiree Alleman with the chance for another. She makes that one. That's 5 points on the afternoon for Desiree, the lead for the Bears. at 23 points at 48-25. AC to Harmon. Harmon looking for a cutter, not there. Ball's knocked away out of bounds. Last touched by Miss Cortland Skinner for the Bears. So it will still be Rock Springs basketball. 57 seconds left in the third quarter. Out top to Copeland, over to Harmon, and Harmon runs it down, barely saves it, almost lost it. Goes inside to Kilpack. She goes to Condi. Gets knocked away, but Copeland was going to run it down. No shot clock, so kind of a shot clock. 40 seconds left in the half. Condi inside to AC. AC up with it. Good. She's fouled. Chance for another three-point play. Does she have like 17, 18, 20 points?
Yeah.
20 of their 25.
That foul goes on Crockett, her second.
20 of their 27, I can count, Nate. Jacobson out near foul line, not friendly to AC that time. Emma AC comes up empty at the foul line, but she still gets 2 out of it. She's got 20 of their 27. It's 48-27. Crockett with it. Dribble handoff to Skinner. She has the ball taken away from her by AC, who blocks the pass. And then Crockett comes from behind and says, I can play that game. She knocks it out of bounds. With 12.2 seconds, the Rock Springs Tigers will trigger from their own baseline corner, trying to cut in to this 21-point lead. Bamey is going to say, nope. In fact, I'm going to take it away, and I'll go to Saxton, who will score. And that will be the last play of the third quarter. The Bears score at the end of the third quarter to make it 50-27. We'll be back with the final 8 minutes of this one right after this on the SVI Sports Network.
Our PT department is comprised of physical therapy, occupational therapy, speech therapy. We also have pelvic floor that we do. Physical therapy helps in multiple settings. They assist in the skilled nursing facility, the manor, the home health, along with helping out with both preoperative and postoperative. Make sure that you have the best outcome with your surgery and your way of life going forward.
Ready, set, 12 days, 10 venues, 1 van. Client presentation starting in 4 minutes. Living your best midlife crisis. Rerouting. There's go in everything you do. That's why Phillips 66 is there to fuel all the ways you go, go, go.
Visit You Save Phillips 66 in Montpelier for fuel, snacks, and more. Live to the full with You Save Phillips 66, where your convenience is our pleasure.
On the SVI Sports Network, this is Bears basketball with Jared and Lisa.
And Harmon with it as we start the fourth quarter. The Bears lead it by a score of 50-27 on the Bear Lake Memorial Hospital scoreboard. Kilpack for Rock Springs. We'll go to Harmon in the center court circle. Right hand dribble over to the logo. And back to Kilpack in the center court. And now to Harmon and to Copeland. Copeland back to Harmon near center court. Timeout taken after 26 seconds went off the clock. A 30-second timeout taken by Rock Springs. We just took one, so we'll keep it right here. The Bears lead it by a score of 50-27. And the story for the Rock Springs is they only got one person scoring.
Yeah.
20 out of their 27 coming from AC. We said at halftime they needed more help. She needed more help. She really didn't get much, as she's got 20 of their 27. She had 15, I believe, at halftime. No, more than that at halftime. Bears, on the other hand, balanced scoring. You got Brooke Bamey with 14, Wells with 10, Crockett with 9, Neal with 6, Saxton with 4, and number 13, Alleman with 5, and Skinner with 2. Skinner's had a good game defensively, though. She's had a couple of blocks. She's done some good stuff. And so the Bears, very balanced team effort once again today, and that's why they have the 23-point lead as we are early in the fourth quarter. Rock Springs forced to take that quick timeout. They'll have the basketball on their own baseline as the Bears hustle back out on the court. 7:34. You don't see that very often where just early in the quarter, after a quarter break, before there's even a shot attempt, and Harmon loses the ball. Bamey picks it up. Bamey to the hoop, misses it, but the rebound to Crockett. She makes it. Peyton Crockett cleaning up the boards, pushing the Bear Lake lead back to 25. Brooke Bamey with the steal. Peyton with the follow on the miss. And AC with it on the other end. Back out top to Condi near center court. She goes over to Kilpack on the elbow. Kilpack looking for AC as a cutter. Nothing there. And she'll come back up top. Neal commits the foul, but no call.
Wow.
She knocked Harmon
good
to the
for
floor.
her, but that should have been a foul.
She knocked Harmon clear to the floor. The Rock Springs Tigers keep the ball, and I think that's why nobody got too upset about it. AC going to attempt a long three. She'll miss it. That rebound to Wells. She can make it from out there. That's actually not a bad look
We've
from
seen her make it from out there today already.
Wells, pump fake, layup. Wow. What a fake there by Wells to get herself the easy look. She pump faked the 10-footer, and she scores 27-point lead. Bears doubling up the Rock Springs Tigers. Copeland looking for AC, and 5-second call. Closely defended. Hallie Wells forces the turnover.
Urban coming back in for the
Rock Springs.
Tigers. Thank you. I couldn't even remember what they were for a minute. Harmon coming out.
It was an early morning, so we'll give you this one.
Got a headache. There you go.
We were on the air by 8:45 this morning, which is early for us for a basketball broadcast. Brooke Bamey up to the top of the key. I think we're all going to sleep all the way home.
I think it's all the different teams we've played. I can't remember who's who anymore.
Peyton Crockett, backdoor cut to Neal. Neal's shot is blocked by AC. Copeland comes down with it. Nice recovery from the backside by AC to cut that one down, block that one down. Copeland now with it. Bears by 27. And Emery Walker tries to take away the pass. It's going to end under jump ball. It'll be Bear Lake basketball. So Walker ended up getting the steal after all that. Bears with the ball. Bears with the 27-point lead. Bears with substitutions. Saxton, Skinner, Alleman in. Walker, Bamey, Crockett to the bench. Neal brings the ball up against AC. And Urban is going to take it away. And then Alleman says, no, you don't. That's my ball. Oh, and then Alleman tries to throw it in bounds off of Urban, but it last touched, apparently, Desiree Alleman. AC receives the inbound pass. She'll come up top to Urban near the center court line. And now to Copeland. Copeland into Condi. Foul line extended. Bounce pass into AC. AC corner to Urban. Urban shot on the way. No good. Rebound to Hallie Wells. Hallie's like, okay, we'll slow it up. Go to Neal. I thought Wells was going to try a one-man fast break there. She decided, hey, I'm alone. I'll pass it off. AC knocks it away from Neal. Neal gets it back, and then she's fouled. Too bad. She had a breakaway.
Copeland picking up her third.
Copeland and AC had her double team. She broke away from him, and Wood had an easy layup as nobody was underneath, but they called the foul first. So Alleman with it on the sideline, 3-point range. She'll dribble out. Rock Springs is extending their defense in this fourth quarter. Neal with it on the elbow. Neal up top to Alleman. We're down to 4.5 minutes left in this one. Saxton with a nice move down the lane. Beautiful pass.
Wow.
What a pass. What a finish. Bears by 29, 56-27, 4:21 left.
That was a beautiful pass.
Saxton made her way down the lane. Looked like she was going to go up with it. She bounced past it to Wells, who was cutting to the hoop. She finished. And the Bears' lead is 29. AC, who has 20 points. Copeland for three. Yes. Rattles it home from the corner. 56-30. And Neal over to Saxton. That was a Phillips 66 USA 3-point shot. Saxton cut off. She's going to come up top to Neal. Neal to Skinner. Skinner for 3. No. Wells says, I'll just lay it up, though. Wells with the rebound and put back. Hallie Wells. She's into double figures, I believe, as well.
Wells with 16.
So 58-30. Bears in the lead by 28. Look to be wrapping this comfortably up for their third win of the tournament. Copeland. Bounce pass into Urban. She traveled, but they don't call it. She gets the bucket. It's okay. Bears lead is a comfortable 26 points now. And Neal hits Skinner on the backdoor cut. Yep. They're hedging and cheating on those on that play that Bears run a lot. So the Bears been going backdoor on them.
Mm-hmm.
Skinner made that look easy. Nice pass from Neal. These Bear Lake Bears, I can't think of a single player that hasn't, I can't just say has played a fantastic game, as Alleman gets fouled on the rebound. The Bears have just played well as a team. Every single girl has contributed in multiple ways today.
That went on Copeland, and that's her 4th. Coming out of the game, Kilpack and Condi.
Bamey and Crockett and Walker back out there. Crockett with it. She'll go to Bamey. Bamey around the screen. Back door to Crockett. Yep. Again. 30-point lead now. That should do it. That'll be a running clock now for the end of this fourth quarter as Bears finally lead it by 30 at 62-32. What a game for the Bears. I'm glad we don't do a player of the game. Although
yeah,
I probably
it would be really hard.
I probably would give it to Brooke Bamey simply because it's a sophomore and she's had a breakout game. But other than that, I can make an argument for about 4 or 5 Bear Lake Bears have played just so well in this game. And
it's truly a team effort. That's why they're so good.
Inside pass goes to Copeland. She gets it to AC. AC up and under. Nice move by AC.
Move. Yep.
She's got 22 points. 22 of the 34 that they have scored. The Bears have let her have, well, not let her have her points, but she's got her points. But the Bears are like, okay, we'll shut down everybody else. Nobody's shutting down Brooke Bamey, though. She does miss that one. She gets her own rebound, though. And it gets to Alleman, who makes it. Desiree Alleman with another putback. Desiree, she's now got 7. And Copeland in the corner to Harmon, now back to Copeland. She'll launch the 3, and Desiree Alleman with another rebound. 1 minute left as the Bears walking in the front court go to Bamey. 3, no, she misses that one. That's 2 misses in a row for her. She's human. It's okay. She went 3 for her first 3 from 3. She misses those last 2. She'll take a seat. 51.2. They stopped the clock. I don't think they were supposed to.
Skinner just came in for Bamey.
And the Bears are going to win. They'll move to 8-1 on the season. Their lone loss coming on the road to the number 1 ranked Sugar Salem Diggers by 4. Bears not happy about that loss. Look to avenge it on the third. Another Phillips 66 3-point make by Urban. Urban scores 3, 64-37. Bears are going to win comfortably. And unless Rock Springs forces the Bears to do something with it, Bears are going to be content to run clock. Saxton will dribble clear across the top, around the screen from Alleman. Oh, stolen away by Harmon. Nope, she stood up with it. You can't do that. She was on the ground when she stole it. She stood up before she started dribbling. You can't do that. Your knee is your pivot foot. So with 6 seconds left, now Saxton can just hold on to it, and she will. Bears are going to win it 64-36 on the SVI Sports Network. We're going to stick around and let Coach Wells come up. Yesterday we had to run away, come over here and cover a game, so Coach Wells couldn't come up. We're going to let him come up this time. Lisa, while we're waiting for Coach Kenny Wells to come on up, give us a wrap-up. Who did the scoring for the Rock Springs Tigers?
AC finished with 22 points. She shot everywhere and did well, 22 points. 6 points for Copeland, 5 for Urban, 3 for Kilpack, and 1 point for Condi. They shot 36% overall. They were 7 out of 19 at 36% from the 2-point range, 6 for 17, 35% from the 3-point line, and 50%, 5 out of 10 from the free throw line. They finished with 14 overall rebounds. They had 8 steals. They had 9 turnovers in the game. For Bear Lake, we had Wells with 16, Bamey with 14, Crockett with 13, 7 for Alleman, 6 for Neal, 5 for Saxton, 4 for Skinner. 62% overall shooting for the Bears today. They were 23 out of 33 attempts at 69% from the 2-point range, 3 out of 12, 41% from the 3-point, and 4 for 6, 66% from the foul line. 25 overall rebounds today, 7 assists total for the team. They had 4 blocks. They had 7 turnovers, but 12 steals. They had a great day. They outscored Rock Springs 21-11 in the first quarter, 10-4 in the second quarter, 19-12 in the third, and 14-10 in the fourth. Final score 64-37.
Great effort. How many 3-point makes for Rock Springs? That was one of the stats that I was paying attention.
Rock Springs had 6 3-point makes out of 17, 35%.
6 3-point makes for Rock Springs, what kind of kept them, I won't say in the game. When it's a 27-point win, you don't say they were in the game, but kept them more respectable. Coach Ken Wells joining us now on the mic. Congratulations, Coach. You moved to 8-1 on the season. Took care of business today against Rock Springs. Good tournament. You beat Evanston, Mountain View, Rock Springs, bigger schools than you. And that Mountain View team yesterday, let's start there because we didn't get a chance to talk to you. They were scrappy.
Yeah, they're really athletic, and they got some big girls that are super good athletes. They're good volleyball players. They're good basketball players. And we had to get after it. And it was good for us, though, to play a good close game and see what it felt like to have some pressure.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's exactly it was almost – you almost wanted to see a game like that, especially without Shaw, to see how the rest of your girls would handle the pressure. You know what Sadie can do with the ball in her hands under pressure. The rest of the girls had a good game yesterday. And when Mountain View really started pressing, they were able to handle that pressure and pull out the win. So let's move to today's game. Rock Springs AC, what a player. She reminds me a lot of Hallie, your daughter. But they play very different, where AC looks to play on the perimeter, Hallie plays underneath. But she had a great game. She had 22, but you shut everybody else down.
Yeah, we knew she was good coming in, and we figured if we could slow everybody else down and hold them to very little, we'd be all right. We'd be able to outscore them. So. And
you did just that. At one point, she had 20 of their 27 points. So you did shut everybody else down. Great defensive effort. And what I want to say today's game, first of all, balanced game. What I said just before you came up, we could make an argument if we're going to give player a game award today, which we don't, but we could make an argument for 4 or 5 girls. That was a great team win. But I do want to give a shout-out to Brooke Bamey, just because she's a sophomore. She's been forced into varsity action because Sadie's out, and what a game. She made her first 3 3-point makes. She scored, I think she was the leading scorer in the game with 14.
No, Wells
had 16. But great game by Brooke.
Yeah, I've known Brooke forever. I coached her in first grade. It was the first time I ever got to coach her. And we talked about it the other day, just, hey, you're going to start. We've been getting ready for this ever since we were little kids. And she's taken the challenge and went after it. She's a great kid, and she's fun to coach, especially when she's making shots.
What was fun to see from her today is not a lot of girls come in with their first varsity experience and play with as much confidence as she did today. Chucking up those threes, and she never stopped playing hard. Great game for her. Obviously, your daughter, Hallie, with 16 points. Great effort. Especially playing, you don't see too many games where Hallie's going to have somebody that can match up with her. AC was just as tall, but Hallie still had a great game. Put it in 16, cleaning up the boards, several block shots. Great game from her. Crockett, 13 points, and it was just smooth. They weren't very often flashy points. She just makes it look easy out there.
Yeah, Peyton teases me all the time that she says all she needs to do is make layups, and she has a struggle, but really she doesn't. She's playing well. She's a fun kid to coach, but she's also, she's a competitor. She wants to win, and sometimes you'll see her get mad and take off with the ball and do things that girls don't normally do. But she's our one girl that can do it, so we like her.
She had a phenomenal game. I think another girl that had a great tournament was Desiree Alleman. Had a great tournament as well. So, I mean, we could
they
talk,
all did, honestly.
Yeah, we could talk all day.
So good.
Skinner had some great defensive play. She had one block that was just huge that led to an easy bucket at the other end.
Neil and Saxton
both
with steals and assists. And
a little bit extra
game.
pressure on those guys where Sadie's not out there. They had to pick up some slack there. Emery Walker, she does this quite often where she doesn't put a lot of points on the board, but she still affects the game in so many ways. She can score. She's done that this year. But today was one of those games that Emery was just everywhere defensively, it seemed like.
Yeah, all those 3 seniors that you just mentioned, like they're team players from top to bottom. They'll do whatever you need to win, whether it's score baskets, rebound, play good defense, talk. They're our best talkers on defense. They're just a team player, and that's what makes it work for us.
Okay, you got a week off now. Going to take some time off, celebrate Christmas, enjoy the bus ride home with 3 wins under your belt. But no rest for the wicked, as I always say. Next week, a week from today, back on the court against North Fremont, against the Huskies. What can you tell us about them?
We talked about them. We played them earlier this year. They're good. They're a really good player, got hurt, but they're getting better. I watched them a little bit the other night, and they're really competing well. They got really good guards. They're kind of getting it figured out. They just had to replace Josie Richardson, so they're working on it. So
the Bears did get the win in Bear Lake earlier in the year. Now we get to return the trip. That should be a fun night. I talked about this earlier with Coach Ward. You guys played right before the boys on the same court. It'll be fun to see the 2 teams play back-to-back. Should be able to support each other. And the JV teams play at the same time. There's no girls C team for North Fremont, so you get to watch the boys play a C team game, then the girls JV and boys JV at the same time, and then back-to-back. Should be a good time. I was talking to you earlier. We were talking earlier. You will have half of your season over by the time you play Malad on January 4th.
Yeah.
More than half your season.
I was looking today, though, on Idaho Sports. There's a team that has 13 games they've already played, and they only get 21 at the most. So there's some that are almost, 2/3 of the way done.
Wow.
So
when you travel to Malad on January 4th, that'll be game number 12 for you guys on the season. And so your season will be more than half over. But then it gets real. You settle into league play after that.
Well, we have Firth and Soda that next week, and then we start with league play. So that's when it starts to really count. So.
All right, Coach. Well, enjoy your Christmas break, knowing you're 9-1 now. 8-1 on the season, and prepare for North Fremont next Saturday. Hope you have a great Christmas. Thanks for coming.
Okay, appreciate you guys. Have a good one.
All right, you too. Okay, that's Coach Ken Wells, who moves to 8-1 on the season. The Bears get the big win over Rock Springs. So the Bear Lake girls and boys both have great tournaments, 5-1 combined, and the only one loss we can't take any credit for. We weren't here. So
That's right.
We're the good luck charm. As soon as we showed up, the Bears go 4-0 after we got to town. And a good tournament for both the boys and the girls. We're going to get out of here. We got a long drive home. Thanks for joining us. Thanks to Chris back in the studio, the awesome cameraman that is Ray Henry. For Nate, doing all the magic to make us look good, this is
Lisa Hillier.
Jared Hillier saying good night, everybody.